Hello, devotees and goddesses and devotees. If you're sticking around for chapter 4, you have just officially become more than just a mortal. Chapter 4, again, first, my name is James Kelly, better known as Jerdot, which means for the next hour, just us, really doing our thing. And you know we're talking about Devotee. In the front right there, my book, Devotee, on Amazon. Quite reasonably priced. The 2025 International Impact Book Award in the category of self-help and personal development. Out of 80 entries, international entries, 8 people won that award. Devotee won one. I think that qualifies for you to get it and read it. Again, it's on Amazon. A Mature Mortal's Guide to Understanding, Nurturing, and Protecting a Female Goddess. What more do I need to say, huh? So, let's get into chapter 4. Oh, the music you're listening to? That's my group Affect. With this connotation of it, this conception of it, included the late, great Fred McFarlane, who I give all due praise to. And I dedicate this particular episode to him. Okay? Chapter 4, Definition and Description of a Devotee. Now I'm going to give you some definitions. I'm going to give you something that was looked it up in the, every dictionary you read, Google, whatever. And they gave definitions of what a devotee, the definition of the word devotee. I'm going to read these to you, and again, get the book because it's written in there and you'll be able to go back and look it over. But these are terms that were in the book. Enthusiast, fan, supporter, follower, addict, admirer, buff, fanatic, adherent, aficionado. Now, 2, second set, student, supporter, pupil, convert. I like that one. Believer, partisan, disciple, learner, apostle, adherent, votary, proselyte. And then there's this word, catechumen, Catechmumen. You might look that up and call it in and break it down to me. I think I know what it is, though. Devotee. And lastly, a person strongly devoted to something or someone. And I like that because we're going to talk later on about human goddesses. Some people and mortals will treat them like they're something and not someone. And in some way, they are more than just someone. They are something quite different than just a someone. Now, I listened to a song by S.E.M.A.J called Someone. Going to be more than just someone. A human goddess is way more than just someone. And they're a lot more than something than something. But we're going to get into that. But those roles those titles, if you got the book, you should have it in front of you and you should be reading that part so that I don't have to go over it again. Which ones, you mortals, male or female, would you be willing to be, do, or accept? Which roles, those titles, would you be willing to accept in order to properly take care of a female goddess, which requires some special training, which we're about to get into soon? Enthusiast, fan, supporter, pupil, convert. Again, I like going back to convert. votary, believer, partisan, disciple, admirer, a buff, a fanatic. You get addicted to yours? Have you been addicted to yours? That person in your life, you ever felt the type of addiction that you just got to be around them? Remember when I talked about that earlier in the book? So maybe you have the ability to become a devotee. If that individual to you, you feel like you're addicted to them, that you're ready to convert and believe what they're saying and be a true supporter of everything they do. Yeah, a learner, a disciple of what they're telling you. They're apostle that you would go out there and represent them and show the world the good graces that they have. Are you a fan? It's good to be a fan. I'm a big fan of my goddesses. I admire what they do and I learn from everything they do. I'm an aficionado. Because when they do things, I like to, like they say, imitation is the greatest form of flattery. And I like to imitate what they do because they do it so good. So I'm an aficionado of goddesses. But then again, hey. Now, those are those. And we're going to open up that question, but I'm going to sneak in before we take a quick break. I'm going to put in my definitions. You know me. Jerdot, his definition of a devotee must be a female goddess's best friend, confidant, lover, whipping post, girlfriend, dada, boy toy, advisor, therapist, agent, pit bull, enforcer, prophet, prognosticator, expert, scholar, humble individual, leader, experiment, doctor, meaning you got to be able to kiss the boo-boo and make all better, and or if necessary you need to be the patient and let the doctor experiment on you. If you get what I'm saying. Yeah, but note, in all of these definitions that I've given you from the book and my own personal definitions, there's one thing that has never, one word that was never mentioned: enabler. A true devotee will never, ever be an enabler to a goddess, because being an enabler to anyone doesn't assist a person. It hinders them from their human revolution. Modals always want to know what it would be like to walk amongst the stars, travel around within the galaxy, and experience heaven on earth. A mortal may try to experience the aforementioned by way of drugs, drinking, and by living extreme lifestyles. When I say extreme lifestyles, I mean either by overindulgence of people, places, or things, or their reclusiveness from the aforementioned. However, believe me, once you have experienced and encountered a female goddess, you will regret that you have ever tried to reach such an extreme state of consciousness or higher plane existence any other way. Yeah. So I'm gonna open all that up, cause getting back to my definitions, I like being dada. Dada gotta kiss the boo boo, make her better. You ever been in a relationship where you had to kiss the boo boo, make her better? Have you ever been in a position where you was treated like a boy toy? I didn't like that. That's fun. You'll like it too. As a goddess said to me one time, we're just dating this. I just want to let you know, I'm not going to hurt you. I'm looking at you with a side eye, and I'm like, what? But if it does hurt, it's only going to hurt a little bit. And if it does hurt a little bit, you'll get used to it. And you might even start to like it. So, let's talk about that. 917-843-5683. That's the number. Call in. Devotee. The discussions. We're going to take a short break. Talk about our sponsors. My name is James Kelly. Dot. Just us really doing our thing. Okay? We're going to take that break. We're going to be right back. Don't go anywhere. SEMAJ Productions, subscribe to our program. We're on chapter 4 of Devotee, definition description of a devotee. Okay? See you in a minute.